Family. It's something we all have, whether it was the family we were born into or the family you chose. I was lucky enough to be born into a great family, especially my mother. My mother has positively impacted and shaped my life in a major way. From the very beginning, my mom has been there for me, from keeping me out of trouble as a toddler to helping me with everyday tasks. She has done a lot for me. First of all, she works tirelessly to provide for the family. Second of all, she always helps me with school. And finally, she's helped me personally in so many ways. All of these have taught me a lot of important things about life that have changed me for the better. To start, my mother always works hard to provide for the family. Usually she cooks dinner and it's always delicious. Some of my personal favorites are her pasta, corned beef, and salmon. She also likes to cook and she likes to try new dishes and recipes, and she's constantly introducing me to new foods. Her cooking has taught me not to be afraid to try new things. However, not only does she provide food for us, but also for the dog. My mom gets up early every morning to feed and walk our dog Dilly. Her dedication to taking care of Dilly, even in her old age, Dilly's old age, never fails to remind me that if you're going to get a pet, you need to take proper care of them. Not to mention how my mom always makes sure the house stays clean, despite me and my sister being very messy. Even though she already does so much for the family, she always takes time to help me with school. My mom always helps me with school when I ask, especially with essays because she's an English professor. She usually proofreads them for grammatical errors, of which there are many, not to mention how she helps me figure out what to write. For example, recently I was writing a literary analysis on the house on Mango Street, and I didn't know how to end it. Thankfully, my mom was there for me. She never directly gave me the answer, but she asked questions that led me to answer my own questions. It kind of reminds me of those movies with the wise old mentors who only speak in riddles. And although that can be frustrating at times, I know whenever I'm having trouble with schoolwork, my mom will be there for me. Not to mention how she always reminds me to strive for good grades in school. But, however, school isn't the only way she helps me. My mom has helped me personally in many ways. One of the best examples I can think of is how she helped me overcome my fear of spiders. When I was little, I had a huge phobia of spiders. It was so bad I couldn't sleep with my sheets on because I swore they felt like spiders crawling over my feet. I also had many reoccurring nightmares about spiders. Whenever I had one and couldn't go to sleep, I would go find my mom, and she would look up silly cartoon pictures of spiders and show them to me, and they always made me laugh. And they made me less afraid. Usually after this, I could go to sleep. Not only did my mom do this for me, but she always told me that the best way to get over a phobia is to learn more about it. As I've gotten older, I've learned that she was right. As I've learned more about spiders, I've become less afraid of them. I guess it's the idea that the unknown is scarier than the known. Because of my mom, I can now say that I am no longer scared of spiders. I mean, I still don't like them, but I can be in a room with one and not freak out. Not only has my mom helped me with my mental health, but she's also helped me with my physical health. My mom works hard to make sure I'm healthy, and I don't just mean she cooks healthy food. You might not know this about me, but I have cystic fibrosis, a genetic disease that affects the lungs. I was diagnosed with it at birth, and for all 15 years of my life so far, my mother has worked tirelessly to make sure I am healthy. Whether it's making sure I've done my treatment every morning or night, or making sure I never run out of my medication. Thankfully, I've never had any major health complications because of CF, and my mom is determined to keep it that way. My mother has been one of the biggest positive forces in my life. She has done so many things for me, and I honestly would not be the person I am today without her. She's been the best mother I could ask for, whether it's working tirelessly to provide for the family or helping me with school, not to mention how she helps me with personal issues like my arachnophobia and my CF. From seemingly small, everyday things like cooking dinner to big things like helping me overcome my arachnophobia. Everything my mom has done has taught me a lesson that has shaped my life for the better.